I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best.
Liam Smith will not enter the ring, according to Joe Gallagher, if Canelo Alvarez is even a pound over the 154-pound weight limit on Saturday. Gallagher has addressed concerns that Canelo may not be able to make that weight. He hasn't been that low since he lost to Floyd Mayweather in 2013. The fight takes place in the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Is that the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know about your sports over there. Gallagher is hoping that Team Canelo will be professional and they don't expect any slip-ups at the weigh-in, but they're hearing things. He repeats and reiterates Liam Smith is world champion and he is here to defend his belt. Gallagher is a wise man because as he says next in the article, there's been too many fights in the last few years where the fighters come in and say, well, it's just a pound. What are you going to do? We've made this big fight and sold it. Are you going to let down the fans and everybody who contributed to making the fight? And the fighters are under pressure. Sometimes they'll take a few extra ducats in their purse to compensate them. But, they're not going for it. He says, we have made our weight contractually. And if Canelo doesn't make the weight, then give us our paycheck and we will go shopping. We will walk away if he is 1 or 2 pounds over. I'm just making it known now. He's hoping it won't be an issue. He says, I know they are professionals, so he doesn't expect it to be an issue. Alvarez's last 5 fights have taken place at 155, but his team, led by trainers Chepo and Eddie Reynoso, expect Canelo to make weight, yet admitted the process is never easy. It's always a battle to make weight for every fight, said Chepo. If you're a welter, you're going to battle to make welter. If you're 154, you're going to battle to make 154. As of now, Wednesday, everything is fine, but we'll know on Friday if there's any stumbling blocks or any problems. As of right now, Canelo is right on target. Eric Gomez, a Golden Boy representative, said the notion of him moving down from middleweight when he's not a middleweight, the highest he's fought is 155, and it's getting a bit ridiculous that people are saying it's going to be an issue. Well, we hope so. I think they're looking at the last time a British fighter fought Canelo in America, and that was Matthew Hatton. I tell a lie, Ryan Rhodes may have faced him after, but let's stick with Matthew Hatton. For some reason, the weight limit was 150 for that vacant WBC super welterweight title. Hatton came in at 149.5 a pound. Canelo was a pound and a half over. Ricky Hatton, who was managing his brother Matthew, didn't want Matthew to take the fight. Matthew, desperate for his title shot and didn't want to let people down, he insisted that the fight go ahead. Canelo forfeited $70,000 of his $350,000 purse. The Hatton camp asked Canelo to try to lose the weight, which he agreed to do after a discussion. He made a half-hearted attempt to get the weight off, but took 4 pounds off, and the fight went ahead and it went the distance. A UD win for Canelo. And I think Gallagher is looking at that, and rightly so, and he's thinking, no. None of that nonsense there. So that puts some pressure on Canelo. It does put a little pressure on Canelo. I think he's going to struggle to make 154. He's going to struggle. You think that... See, people are looking at it, he's been weighing at 155 or extra pound. Is he going to do no harm? Listen, when these guys have done all that training and they've got to cut 1 pound, or that pound is vital. It can often be the margin between win, loss, health intact, health in danger. So the weigh-in is on Friday, and we'll be watching the scales with a lot of anticipation and more than a smidgen of curiosity. Let's face it, Canelo is a middleweight in a light middle's body. We know this by how high he can rehydrate. He rehydrates higher than any active fighter in the game, who I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe Chavez Jr., But apart from him, I can't think of anybody. Like Amir Khan was saying he was, what was it, 185? I don't know how Khan knew that, but that's scary to think he could do that. He isn't getting any younger. He's used to not making at 154. There's no way it's going to be easy for him to do it. There's just no way at all, unless he takes artificial aids or illegal aids to do so. Some high-tech untraceable diuretic or something, which I assume he's not going to do. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Now, some people may say that Joe Gallagher is overreacting. This is his world champion. I mean, just from a talent argument, Leon Smith is really up against it. He's nowhere near as experienced as Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's away from home. They got to cover this base. This is a very important base they have to cover. They don't have much else to work with. So I understand why he's so cautious. And, you know, at least this will be some kind of deterrent. Hopefully it will be a deterrent if Canelo was even thinking in the back of his mind that perhaps I can come in over the limit and still get the fight. Peace.